$8 million. Left behind by a man who swept floors for a living. Ronald Reed never earned more than $11 an hour. No inheritance, no lucky trades. Just one quiet strategy that Wall Street never wanted you to know about. So what was his secret? Dividends. Specifically, the art of buying shares in stable, profitable companies and letting them pay him just to own them. A dividend is a cash payment that a company makes to its shareholders, usually every 3 months. Think of it like rent on a property you own. The company uses your capital to grow, and in return, it cuts you a check. Some of the most iconic companies in history have paid dividends consistently for over 50 years. Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble. These companies didn't just survive market crashes, recessions, and global pandemics. They continued writing checks to their investors through all of it. Here's what most people miss. A dividend isn't just income. It's a signal. When a company raises its dividend year after year, it's telling you something deeply important, that its business is generating more cash than it needs to operate. That's the language of financial health. And the metric investors track is called the dividend yield. If a stock trades at $100 and pays $4 per year in dividends, the yield is 4%. That's comparable to a high-yield savings account, except the stock can also grow in value over time. The game-changing piece? What you do with those dividends. And that's where everything changes. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Whether or not he actually said it, the math is undeniable. Here's the concept. Instead of spending the dividends you receive, you reinvest them. You buy more shares. Those new shares pay more dividends. You buy even more shares. Repeat. For decades. This is called a dividend reinvestment plan, or DRIP. And it turns a modest position into something extraordinary over time. Let me show you with real numbers. Suppose you invested $10,000 in the S&P 500 in 1990 and never added another penny. If you simply collected dividends as cash, your investment would be worth around $60,000 today, a solid return. But if you reinvested every single dividend, that same $10,000 becomes roughly $140,000. Same starting amount, same market exposure. The only difference? Reinvesting dividends. The mathematical reason this works so well is that you're buying more shares when dividends are paid, regardless of whether the market is up or down. When prices drop, your dividend buys more shares. When prices rise, those shares are worth more. You win either way. And here's where time becomes your most powerful asset. A 25-year-old who invests $500 a month in dividend stocks and reinvests everything could have over $2 million by retirement age, without ever becoming a financial expert, picking a hot stock, or timing the market. The secret is the snowball. A small ball of snow rolling down a hill gets bigger and bigger, faster and faster. Dividends work exactly the same way. The longer the hill, the bigger the fortune at the bottom. Ronald Reed isn't the only ordinary person to discover this system. The historical record is full of them. Consider Ann Scheiber, a retired IRS agent who left government service in 1944 with just $5,000 in savings. She invested it all in blue-chip dividend stocks, reinvested every dividend payment, and by the time she died in 1995, her portfolio was worth $22 million. She left it all to Yeshiva University, an institution that had never heard of her. The common thread in these stories isn't genius. It isn't luck. It isn't even exceptional income. It's the combination of time, patience, and the mathematical power of compounding dividends. Today, financial researchers track a group called the Dividend Aristocrats, companies in the S&P 500 that have increased their dividend every single year for at least 25 consecutive years. Names like Coca-Cola, Colgate-Palmolive, and McDonald's. These aren't tech startups or meme stocks. They're boring, profitable, and they've made ordinary investors wealthy. A study by Hartford Funds found that dividends accounted for 42% of the total return of the S&P 500 over the past 90 years. Not 32, not 22, 42% from dividends alone. Think about that. Nearly half of all the stock market's long-term returns came not from rising stock prices, but from companies simply paying their shareholders. And yet most people focus exclusively on stock price movements while ignoring the dividend engine running quietly beneath the surface. The question isn't whether this strategy works. History has settled that. The question is, how do you build it yourself? Building a dividend portfolio doesn't require a financial advisor, a brokerage firm with steep minimum deposits, or any special knowledge. You need 4 things: a brokerage account, a disciplined screening process, diversification, and patience. Start with a simple brokerage account through any major platform. Most are free to open today. Then apply a basic filter to find dividend stocks worth owning. Look for a dividend yield between 2 and 6%. Much lower, and you're not earning meaningful income. Much higher, above 7 or 8%, and you should be suspicious. An unusually high yield often signals a company in trouble, with a dividend cut likely coming soon. Next, look for at least 5 to 10 consecutive years of dividend growth. This tells you the company has the earnings power to sustain and increase payments through different economic cycles. Check the payout ratio, the percentage of earnings paid as dividends. Below 70% is generally healthy. Above 90% means the company may not have enough cushion to keep paying if earnings slip. Diversify across sectors. Consumer staples, healthcare, utilities, energy. Real estate investment trusts, known as REITs, are required by law to pay out at least 90% of their taxable income as dividends, making them natural income engines. You don't need 50 stocks. A well-constructed portfolio of 15 to 20 carefully chosen dividend payers spread across sectors is more than sufficient to build generational wealth. Now let's talk about what not to do. Because this strategy has a few classic mistakes that destroy portfolios. The first is chasing the highest yield. A 10% dividend yield sounds incredible. It's almost always a trap. High yields frequently signal financial distress, and when the dividend gets cut, the stock price collapses too. You lose on both ends. The second mistake is ignoring dividend growth. A 3% yield from a company that grows its dividend 8% annually is far more valuable than a 5% yield from a company with flat dividends. Project 10 years forward, the grower will pay you significantly more. The third mistake is panic selling during downturns. The best dividend investors actually celebrate market crashes because their fixed dividend income now buys significantly more shares at lower prices. Volatility is your friend when you're running a drip strategy. Ronald Reed and Ann Scheiber didn't have Bloomberg terminals or hedge fund connections. They had discipline, patience, and a deep understanding of one simple truth: that when great companies share their profits with you, year after year, and you reinvest every cent, time does the rest. The dividend snowball is real. It's available to you right now. If this video helped you see it differently, subscribe.